He watched the world rush by, always in a hurry. He saw the loud ones get noticed. The quiet ones, like him, often felt invisible. But what if that invisibility was their greatest strength? What if silence was a secret superpower? Arthur was a quiet man. He had spent his life among books, not in big libraries, but in a small, dusty antique bookshop. Its wooden shelves creaked with old stories. The air smelled of aged paper and forgotten ink. Arthur loved his quiet world. He loved running his fingers over worn spines. He loved the whisper of turning pages. He rarely spoke much. But Arthur carried a quiet ache. He believed his quietness was a problem, a weakness. He saw others. They were bold. They spoke with conviction. They seemed to effortlessly grab attention. They got promotions. They won arguments. They built big businesses. Arthur often felt left behind. He felt overlooked. He thought, if only I were louder, if only I could speak up more. He tried sometimes. But when the moment came, his throat would tighten. His words would vanish. He'd nod instead. He'd offer a small, shy smile. This made him feel inadequate. He feared he would never achieve anything great. He feared he would always be just Arthur, the quiet man in the old bookshop, living a small life. He saw his stillness as a flaw, a barrier. He believed true success belonged only to the bold, to the noisy, to those who demanded to be heard. His heart yearned for impact, but his nature held him back, or so he thought. This belief was a heavy cloak. It weighed down his spirit. He longed to be different, to be seen. One rainy afternoon, a young woman visited his shop. She wore bright clothes. She spoke quickly. She bought a single very old book of poetry. As she paid, she looked at Arthur. Her eyes were kind. You know, she said, I passed by this shop for years, always too busy to stop. Arthur nodded. He waited. But today, she continued, I saw you through the window, just sitting there, reading. You look so peaceful, so calm. She smiled. It made me slow down. It made me wonder what magic was inside. Arthur felt a warmth spread through him. He hadn't done anything. He hadn't said anything. He had just been. His quiet presence had drawn her in, a tiny seed planted in his mind. He watched her leave. He looked at his own reflection in the dusty glass. Could his quietness be a magnet, not a barrier? Could peace be powerful? It was a strange thought. A new idea. It felt like a gentle breeze. It stirred something deep inside him. Arthur started to observe. He watched the quiet ways of nature, the slow, steady growth of a tree, the persistent drip of water shaping stone. He thought about his shop. It wasn't loud. It didn't shout for attention. But it had its regulars. People who sought refuge. People who sought wisdom. He decided to embrace his quiet strength. He wouldn't try to be loud. He would be more of himself. He decided to share his love for books in his own way. He started writing small, thoughtful reviews, not on a blog, not on social media. He wrote them on small handmade cards. He placed them inside the books he loved most. His handwriting was neat. His words were simple. They were honest. They shared a quiet insight. He wrote about the feeling a book gave him, not the plot. He wrote for one reader. Just one. Days passed. Weeks passed. The cards accumulated. He didn't tell anyone. It was just his quiet act. Then, one day, a woman came to the counter. She held a book. Arthur, she said, I found your note inside this. It's beautiful. It made me buy the book. She smiled. Your words are so gentle, so real. Soon, others started to notice. They sought out his cards. They asked him for recommendations based on his quiet thoughts. People didn't ask what's popular. They asked what has Arthur written about. His small, quiet efforts were building something authentic, something meaningful. His shop became a quiet haven, a place where deep connections were made. Not through shouts, but through whispers. Not through grand gestures, but notes. He wasn't loud, but his influence grew. Steadily. Surely. Perhaps you recognize Arthur's struggle. Maybe you too have felt overlooked. Maybe you have seen the loud, quiet people do not need to shout. Their actions speak. Their steady presence holds power. Their thoughtful contributions resonate deeper than any fleeting noise. They build with patience. The Alvamavis roar. Often, it is found in the quiet, persistent hum of unwavering purpose. Remember, the world needs your quiet magic. It always has.